Hello and welcome to the Scottish Wildlife Trust Brockwood Wild Reserve. I'm just going to ask permission, these beautiful woods, if it's okay for me to enter, and I'd like to ask a few questions that you guys have been posting. So say a yes. Thank you tree. Really beautiful guardian energy from that tree there. Well, it's been a huge weekend for my family and I. I still feel I'm recovering from it. I'm going to make sure I've already had an extra nap this morning just before my client session, which is wonderful. I was doing a quantum psychic reading session, so not a quantum psychic healing, but focusing purely on the readings, which is really lovely, with life purpose and career and connecting with deceased loved ones. So it was really lovely to help them on their journey. It's such an honor. Okay, and as you can see from the beautiful Brock Woods, autumn, fall is upon us, and I'd love to ask some questions. One question you've been asking me, I'd like to ask questions of the forest, of the woods and the trees, and also my spirit guides. I'd also invite in Mother Gaia also. It's always an honor to ask her questions. So there's a tree up here that's just over here that's interested in helping us first. I'm sure I've asked this tree many questions. So let's see. Let's bring up my phone, which you can see just here. And I have a little bit of mobile reception, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to bring this up. So while I'm doing that, I will share that quite a few of you have been asking me about ET contact. When will it happen? Is it happening? How will it happen? How is it happening? And I covered this in my weekly newsletter, which I just sent out. And the short answer is, it is happening. It's happening right now as we speak. And it's happening. Currently we're totally blank with not enough phone signal. What I will do is I'm just going to say hello to this tree since we're here, Patch. Thank you for waiting. And ask about what the tree thinks of ET contact. So let's ask. So first of all, this is really beautiful visual the tree's given me of all trees around planet Earth, showing me that all trees are connected, and that first of all, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, is aware of all the stars and planets, at very least, that we can see in our night sky with our naked eye, and that's a lot, right? The trees are very much part of this, and this tree is saying that trees also act as the kind of feelers out into the atmosphere of Earth. Almost like the hairs on our skin. The trees are the hairs on Gaia's skin, on the crust of the planet, and really feel just like that breeze that's going through us now. They really feel into what's going on outside of the planet and up in space and above us into our solar system, and they are the feelers of Mother Gaia. And so yes, they absolutely feel that there is active contact happening. So if you ever wonder why a lot of UFO activity or ET activity seems to orientate around forests, the tree's saying this is because of their connection into the Earth. And the spaces, the dimensional spaces that forests can hold Wow, thank you. Thank you, Tree. Thank you, Patch. Really wants to get on. Let's see if my phone has had any luck with... Oh, yes. So we have questions. We have questions. Okay. So let's ask. So I'm just going to let Patch pass me. Let's try this. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Oh, there we go. 8th of September. So this is from Iva Flies, or Iva Flies. I know who you are. I know you. I just, unless you've stated your name here, I won't say it publicly. We've met. So you're asking, what are your thoughts on twin flames? You mentioned in one of your videos today regarding Mother Gaia and your spirit guide, Maya. Twin flames. Great question, thank you. Now let's try something a little bit different. I'm going to ask, in part because you mentioned her, my spirit guide, Maya, about twin flames, and then also we can ask a tree as well. I love this job. We'll just ask a tree as well. And look at this beauty here. Do you remember the woods at Witch's Craig at the weekend? Had these kind of big knobbly bits under the bark. Look at these, and they're stunning. And I also figured out, look at me controlling my camera. I figured out how you change the setting from zoom to up and down. Well done, Jon. You're such a technical master. Okay, so twin flames. I'm just going to ask my spirit guide Maya. She says, well, she's showing me twin flames are a form of quantum entangled souls. So quantum entanglement is a quantum physics term for, these are aspects, the entanglement is the aspects of atoms, quarks, particles, these aspects, energetic, physical aspects of the universe that are connected together across space and time. And this is Maya. This is what Maya feels quantum entanglement is. She says in my work, in Jon's work, examples such as soul fragments are quantum entangled. So soul fragments are where someone's soul has a traumatic experience, such as the overuse or misuse of a superpower, and then they fragment off part of the soul that yields that superpower, and then they hide it somewhere, like in hell, or in the infinite void, or in a past life even, to make it harder to find again. Or, you know, they'll have to be ready. The soul will have to be ready and gone through healing before they can find it again. And let me just show you these woods because they're very pretty. And so this experience of twin flames, Maya says that, she says it's possible for example, souls that incarnate as humans to have twin flames where they're, by the definition of quantum entangled, so across space and time, they are connected with each other. She says, there is unfortunately a great misuse of this term, and in our kind of popular spiritual domains and cultures and languages, in that it can be described as, you know, oh, that person's my twin flame. You know, there's no other, just them. And Maya says that it's a risky. She says it's a risky game to play, and she uses the word game because twin flames can it can almost be a projection of your own happiness and your own self-love onto someone else. And it is always dangerous to, or risky to, project outside of yourself the need for another being in order to complete you. And so she says, please do be very wary of this and mindful of this, that all of, she used the term God's creatures, I don't use the term God much, and she says all of God's creatures have the divine right, all beings of Source have the divine right to be whole without the need of another. It's not to say that we won't enjoy love and that our lives would feel incomplete without love with others, but that love is a choice. It's not required to complete us. Wow, thank you. This will get very deep very fast, and we're only a few minutes in. Let's ask a tree about twin flames, because what's really fascinating, you see quite a few of these trees, apologies for the poo bag, oh, a poo. There's lots of these trees, especially in these woods. And there are some, whenever I come down here, some quite, or very interesting structures, like straight ahead of us here. So this tree up here is going to answer. I feel like something's been moved from the path here. Was it? I felt there used to be a tree stump here with lots of mushrooms growing on it, and there's still this wee bivouac thing here. Here, just to the left of the tree in the sunlight. So yeah, let's ask this tree. Thank you, tree. Just wait for me, Patch. Ooh, some slimy bits. Excuse me. I was asking this tree permission if it's okay to connect. It says yes. It says, but there's lots of flies on me. Okay, I can deal with flies. So let's ask. This tree, I love its character. It's saying, not everyone chooses to be with someone else. Not every being chooses to be with others. Beings can be happy without each other's. And some choose to grow lifetime after lifetime with others. It's all a choice. It's all a free will choice. Isn't that beautiful? And the tree's just saying, this is all this sunlight appears. The tree was saying, and you can be happy with whichever choice you make. So yeah, I love that. And yeah, I don't know if you notice, I don't talk much about twin flames. If you're curious about my own relationships, yes, I have shared past lives with my wife. We've been together since I was 15, so that's hundreds of years ago already. Well, you're a beauty, aren't you? And yeah, I was touching a little bit on ET contact. So the message I had today from my mantis guide, Marita, is that really it's already happening for a number of reasons. Good boy, Patch. Hi there. And one reason is that our world leaders, our governments have already been in contact for some time with galactic beings from around the universe, and already adopted and done deals and retrofitted their technologies. But their disclosure is not happening fast enough. So, you know that that feeling of, should I, at what point does not telling someone something become a kind of lie, right? Does it become something that starts to accrue karmic debt? And that moment passed decades ago for humans in contact with extraterrestrials. And in part, that's one driving force, is this desire for humans to want to connect with our extraterrestrial families. It's also that it will help support our ascension. Now, free will still must be obeyed, right? So my mantis guide Marita says, look, everyone that wants to experience an extraterrestrial more in their lives, first they'll have to choose that consciously, and I mean, say it out loud, say, I am ready to meet my extraterrestrial family that serve my highest good and the highest good of all. So just say those things out loud. And that's a huge step forwards, right? And the disclosure is unique journey for everyone, just like our ascension journeys are unique for everyone. And what's important to know is that Marita was explaining to me that many of us have kind of softer, gentler introductions, reintroductions to our galactic family. And so one way, for example, is starting with come on, Patch, we're a road. Starting with dreams, dreamtime missions, and then experiences and meditations, experiences talking to your spirit guides. And those last few things took me several weeks and months, those conversations. I'd say certainly by year 2 after my awakening, that I began to become much more comfortable with the prospect that likely the human race themselves have had contact with ETs for thousands, hundreds of thousands of years, and that also there's some aspects of our DNA, our own heritage, which is extraterrestrial. And then finally, that the disclosure for me has been, dreams, meditations, quantum sessions, contact with extraterrestrials, finding out, where'd you live? Where'd you come from? Channeling them. Like, what, do you guys have money? Do you guys go to the toilet? Do Lyrans poo? All these questions that are so important for humanity. And then also physical contact. So for me, it was seeing the Galactic Federation ship Athena so close just before the UK lockdowns. I've seen a lot of UFOs in my life, prior to that, at least 10 or so. They're often very small craft. And then since then, a lot more beings and craft showing up in our skies. And you'll see me posting more and more about these contact videos where these are, some people will question, sorry, I was spinning around, sorry for the spinning, that was to unlock Patch, if you guys don't get too dizzy. And yeah, those videos are filled with orbs, unidentified flying objects, some objects that are stationary. My spirit guides have been going on at me for months to take first of all, to buy a night vision camera, which is extremely expensive. The Sonic's Aurora Pro. It was about £1,000. I think it might be the same or less in dollars, just because it actually comes from the US. And also using that on a morning run, which I must admit, it wasn't the most attractive guidance I've ever been given by my guides. Hey John, you should run in the morning, 5 a.m. with an expensive night vision camera. And that's what you've seen. Some of the recent footage has just been incredible, including the videos I posted yesterday. On my homepage of my channel, you'll see the sky watching playlist, and that's where I'll put all the sky watching videos. And I, just feel this is a continued next step. Have I touched the hand of an extraterrestrial yet? Well, not consciously, not yet during the daytime. I have touched the hand of a Sasquatch before, and I'm pretty sure, at least, I count them as Earth beings at the moment. At the very least, they live here. They are interdimensional, but they live here. Also, my hand went numb for, was it 4 hours? 2 to 4 hours after that experience. As this small young Sasquatch had touched my hand and showed me what it was like to be in different dimensions and what it feels like. So this is, all these, everyone's experiences are unique, and everyone will, once you make the decision and you have a nice open heart and a strong boundary, you can invite forwards your galactic family to say hello. Okay, let's ask another question. As we continue our descent in these beautiful woods. My calendar currently says break time. I have quite a while until my next session and a training session tonight. So let's do some beep boops. Okay. Beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop, beep boop. Okay. This is from Carol Lindquist, 1270. Hello, Carol. She says, thank you for your question. She says, can Gaia let us know if Earth events, forest fires coming for central VA, Blue Ridge Mountains near Afton and Wintergreen, VA on the 5th of September? So you're asking if Earth events, forest fires are coming for central VA and Blue Ridge Mountains near Afton and Wintergreen. Okay, I'm just going to keep that up on my phone while we're going, and let me connect him with Gaia. On you go, Patch. So Gaia, the first answer I got from Gaia is the Central VA Blue Ridge Mountains. Yes, I mean, this is the 5th of September, and I must admit I don't really pay any attention to news, so I don't know if it's already happened. But there was this feeling of quite imminent. However, there's this really lovely protection. Like her complete statement was, yes, and quite imminently in just a few weeks. And yet, as I feel the sun on my face, and yet a lot will be done to protect the, especially houses and settlements where people are living. She says it, because I'm just asking what those are, and Gaia says they are, some of those measures include changes in wind direction and rain in particular that will help. She says forest fires are, okay, some are made, man-made, but she says they are an important cycle in a forest development. And she says, the clearing must happen to allow the rebirth. It feels, is there anything else you wanted to share? Yeah, that was it from Gaia. I wasn't clear. My geography is really pretty bad, I must admit. So I wasn't clear if Afton and Wintergreen VA are near Are you talking that's like this, the same place or a separate area? But Gaia is giving me nothing for that. She's just saying, no, you just need to know about Central VA Blue Ridge Mountains. Okay. Great, thank you. And I'm sure you guys can correct my geography. I would look it up myself. If I wasn't holding a phone, a poo bag, a dog lead, and a camera. I'm sure that's all the detail you guys really wanted. Well, let me show you down here. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, let's ask another question. I'm just seeing some of the leaves falling off. It's really beautiful. Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop. Okay. Oh, my phone's locked up. Let's try again. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Still not having much luck. It's just, I can scroll it up and down, but I can't select one. Let's try once more. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Oh, hang on. Now we have signal. Okay, this is good news. Let's try again. Yep, it's working now. Good boy, Patch. Well done for waiting. He's like, it's such a slow walk, John. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop. Okay, Vital Essence 73. What purpose do world governments have in not being truthful about 3i Atlas when there are several astronomical YouTube channels honed on her 24/7 in stunning detail, I might add? From Vital Essence 73. Oh, I love this. Loving your 3i Atlas questions. And this I did get this answer earlier. So let's ask Mother Gaia, and also we can ask a tree as well. So let's just start with Mother Gaia. I'd love to hear her thoughts. Mother Gaia says, simply the world governments are living on borrowed time. You may not, many of you, she wants me to flip the camera around. Many of you may not be aware, the powers that seek to control us humans are very, she's using the word grimly aware that they are losing control of the people. And that really they're on a kind of self-destruction path, that a timeline that cannot be rewound or undone. And so their efforts are to, she says, Gaia uses this this expression, living on borrowed time, and she means, or governing or leading on borrowed time. And so there is inevitability that this timeline that we're in, if you're watching this and you're sharing this beautiful experience with me, in this timeline, we experience massive global shifts. And they don't happen through reform within governments, just like the forest fires we were talking about. They happen due to the destruction of governments and the rebirthing of something entirely new, something far more autonomous, community-based, human-led by me and you, and all of us around the world, all of us equal. And that really excites me. And she says that 3i Atlas is an example of a form of disclosure, of ET contact, where it simply cannot be denied. And this is not true for every human. Not every human on Earth requires or will believe in the same contact. So, for example, some of us want to touch the hand of an extraterrestrial. Some of us want to see a fast moving craft, small and up close. Some want to see a giant ship, impossibly large, traveling near Earth. Some want to go aboard a ship. Some are too scared. Some want to continue to live their lives and just have an awareness and be okay with extraterrestrials. And others don't want it, right? Everyone gets to choose. Wow, everything's gone very quiet here. Just taking a moment. This area is very magical. I was about to start singing in a moment. I'll walk in a little bit further. The message that Gaia is really saying is that world governments, those that choose to control this matrix, this dark web of lies across this planet to enslave us, people like you and I, it's already broken. It's already broken. It's already failing. And when given the choice, world leaders and governments have decided to hang on for as long as they can, to hang on in power for as long as they can, and that's it. They'll be on their sinking ship as it sinks to the very bottom. And I've just shown this visual of a captain at the wheel of a sinking ship like Titanic all the way to the ocean floor. And frankly speaking, because they don't know what else to do, they don't know how to control us, they don't know how to reform, and they don't know how to revolutionize themselves or others. I'm going to come back to this topic in a moment. We're going to pause for a small musical interlude as I share with you some light language. I'm guided to connect with this tree here and ask for the song. So let me ask. Look at these kind of interesting marks on the tree. Thank you, tree. I sentara marusia, Isha sentara maurahia, marahia, marahutiria, marasya hankarau. Marasya hankarau mui. And a little dragon-like language. Anamararta untarasi matanua tama. Wow. Singing to our ancestors, singing to all those who fought and died for and struggled and persisted to help us be alive at this time, to serve others, to serve the human race. To remember from our souls, just like that tree showed me just now, remembering from deep within our hearts, a remembrance that we all came here for a reason. We all get to choose our experiences. We all get to choose what magic we remember, what superpowers we have. We all get to choose to reignite that fire in our bellies. I honor your ancestors, thank you. I am eternally, humbly grateful. Also honoring my past lives of when I was last here. Some of you ask, do I remember being here? Yes, I do. There was 2 lifetimes, actually a third. 2 I'm most comfortable with, and 1 lifetime, which was more of a vengeful lifetime. And I know we're not all perfect, right? After I lost friends and family over and over in one lifetime, and eventually in my own life, I came back and sought revenge once I began to remember the suffering that my ancestors, that my lineage had been through. And I've paid that karmic price since then, prior to this life, which is helpful. So thank you. And to all the souls that I've ever hurt in any lifetime, I'm sorry. I thank you. I love you. I forgive you. I release you. Wow. So thank you for the interlude. Oh, John. You never asked this, but is this what a walk in the woods is like me in real life? Like with me in real life? Yes, it is. I'll probably talk about the weather a bit more as well, and other stuff that's going on. So back to 3i Atlas and disclosure of it. Yeah, let's also ask, we can ask a tree as we pass. I'm not going to be close to one for a moment, so let's ask, let's also ask my mantis guide Marita, or lion guide Emenshal, or Moya, my dragon guide. Just asking them for their view of world government's attitude to 3i Atlas. And yeah, they're just saying, they're kind of like, they're all kind of laughing a bit with each other in that they would love to answer. They'd all love to answer individually. Marita, my mantis guide, says, I've already shared quite a lot on the origins of 3i Atlas and its purpose in helping awaken. And I feel like this question that you've asked today is so much connected with that awakening aspect of us. You know, we wouldn't be so intrigued by, and wouldn't be so fascinated by ET contact if it didn't yield a form of huge awakening in the consciousness of humanity and help us step up and claim our responsibility and accountability in the stars. And Marie says that she says undeniable truths, undeniable science. Yes, there's much done to suppress it, to hide the truth. She says look out for, I think Stefan Burns, I do try and not watch his content because partly it's so good, and also I know that it, you know, consciously influences my work, so I tend to check in like once every couple of weeks or once a month. And because I know exactly what happens. Then what happens is just what Marita's doing just now. She says, remember, John, remember this is what you saw Stefan Burns say, that quite soon there's is it October, that there's a probe near Mars that will be able to, oh, look at that. Oh, I have a crown chakra made of salt. So there's a probe near Mars that will get some great data, and in particular the size, and that's a big question. You know, a lot of estimates have been done about the size, and yet the intervals, the range of them is huge. So she says, look out for that. She said that, and that data, and likely some of it, you know, quite a lot of the data that we already have as a human race on 3i Atlas has been suppressed. And remember, some of the key messages about 3i Atlas are not, it's not, you know, let's not just obsess, right? Let's let's keep obsessing about 3i Atlas, but don't just obsess about it. Obsess about what it signifies to the human race. It signifies, you know, disclosure, contact, truth, the possibility of an alien craft. It also represents an opportunity for us to be open in our hearts, sovereign with strong boundaries, or closed hearts and scared and in fear, and everything in between, right? We all get to choose. Isn't it funny how it just suddenly got dark, as I said, fear. Something feels colder and darker here. So yeah, they're just really beautiful aspects, you know. So in other words, yes, please do, you know, keep an eye on the phenomena itself. Also, keep an eye on everyone else around us. You know, pay attention to what does it mean for the human race and how are we all reacting? Because even it doesn't matter, even if it turns out that most people end up believing that it's just some big rock magically flying and changing direction and size and shape through the universe. Even if that happens, remember that what you can't undo is the experiences that all our hearts go through, the possibility, the excitement, the magic, the discovery. Okay, and let's ask this tree, because I did promise a tree we'd ask about 3i Atlas as well, so let me ask. The tree said yes for me connecting. This tree says, John, there's so much more to discover, and 3i Atlas is just the start. Feel it in their hearts. Feel it in the hearts of humanity. More and more are awakening. This is even bigger than 3i Atlas itself. The awakening of our hearts. Wow, thank you, tree. You got such a beautiful energy and a beautiful bark. Let me give you guys a close-up. So I know lots of you comment about how wonderful it is to be joining me in these woods. Oh, it's like a wee face. Hello. And let's go up. Wow, you're a giant. I'm a giant tree. Wonderful. And let me know if you guys would like, thank you, tree. Let me know if you guys would like a video. My guide Maya was suggesting to me today, why don't I create a video where you imagine it like a practical meditation where I teach you how to connect with trees. And I would imagine that although I would be doing it practically as well, I'd be in the woods and I'd be connecting with a tree, etc., and asking questions, getting answers, that the way that we'd do it is that you could just listen to that with headphones on. And so it would be the instructions as I go. And so you wouldn't need to watch the video. You could have like earbuds in or headphones on, or even just playing loudly on your phone, and that you could walk, you know, up to a tree and experience this this practice and learn how to do it, and repeat it as many times as you want. Just let me know in the comments if you're interested in that, and I will. My wish is your command. And then, well, this tree. And then also, there was something I was going to say that was important. And now I can't remember what it is. I have no idea. If it comes to it, I'll let you know. But yeah, we will be live again on Thursday with my dear friend who I've known for many years and done many collaborations with, and was someone that really helped me explore light language for the first time many years ago. Her name is the Fascinating Fairy. She was also one of my first quantum psychic healing sessions, which is a publicly available session. And yeah, it's such an honor to have her on live stream with Viviani and I. We're really excited to welcome her and to be doing your readings, clearings, predictions, and so much more. And 3 spaces left for the Higher Self Foundational Training. I did, if just in case you got confused by what it said on the website, I've corrected it to say the training is every Wednesday starting the 22nd of October for 8 weeks. So that was correct, but it also said every Monday before that. It's not every Monday, it's every Wednesday. So if that helps you at all, feel free to sign up for that. And yes, there's payment plans available as well. I'm just saying a massive thank you to the woods here. Brock woods are just stunning. And I'm sure one of you who are part of the Scottish Wildlife Trust commented and said, it's so lovely to see your woods on here. And yeah, perhaps if there's a donation, a place that people can donate to the trust, let me know. I can try and dig it out as well and add it to these videos. It was so cool to get you guys some donations towards your beautiful forest and the upkeep. So thank you. And yeah, our motorhome's all working now. I just now know it has a broken warning light for fuel additive. And without that, the engine cuts out, it never works, and you can't tell why the engine's broken down. So now I carry lots with me. All right, thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Sending love, love, love.